Well, good morning, baseball fans. Newton County Junior Varsity Rams. The live broadcast is about to showcase our Junior Varsity Rams. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to our game against Mary Persons. We're way down south here in Forsyth County, and we'll be going up against the Mary Persons Junior Varsity. Beautiful, beautiful day it is here in Forsyth County. The sun is shining. The field looks excellent. They have a net fencing to block foul balls. With number 9 coming to the plate, Cam Armstrong steps in the batter's box first here for your Junior Varsity Rams. And the first pitch, high and outside, takes the count, of course, starting off at 1-0. Once again, it's been a great season so far. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to our live broadcast. It's always good when you have parents come up to you and appreciate what you guys are doing. And so you have a father or mother, swing and a miss there by Cam. You have parents that say, hey, I'm at work and I'm unable to get to the game, but I appreciate you doing the broadcast. That's what it's all about, to make sure we showcase our kids in the greatest light we possibly can. Low and outside gets Cam swinging at the third pitch that makes the count 1-2. So they have a left-hander on the mound. And he's got Cam a little bit behind the 8-ball here. And the pitch, swung and a miss, outside corner. Catches Cam swinging, and he goes down. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Next in the batter's box, number 3, Jace Yearwood, swinging the bat with regularity here in this young season. Once again, a beautiful day. Got a left-hand pitcher on the mound for Mary Persons. And here's the pitch. Catching that outside. He does have a little heat on those pitches today. And it catches that outside corner. Takes the count to 0-1. You hear some noise in the background. Catches that outside corner again. He is painting that outside corner as he catches Jace looking at the outside corner. We'll take the count to 0-2. So far, the Mary Persons pitcher brings some strong velocity here in the beginning of the first inning. That one's high and outside. Takes the count to 1-0. Jace batting in that 2-hole, been doing that consistently all season, doing a fantastic job for our Junior Varsity Rams. That one's high and outside as well. Takes the count to 2-2. Once again, folks, it is an absolute beautiful day here at Mary Persons here in Forsyth County. You always want to have a day where it's nice and sunny and the elements don't affect the actual gameplay. And the pitch. Oh, Jace sees one outside. The left-hander gets Jace to swing wildly, and that'll make it 2 down here in the top of the first inning. All right, so today's pitcher is coming up to the plate, Jay Francis. He'll be taking the mound for us when we get on defense. But right now he's in the batter's box, and he's trying to do something so we can get a base runner here in the first inning. Swung, he check swings, fouls it off to the right-hand side, which is where our dugout is located. And that's going to take the count early here to 0-1. We have Kirk Campbell, number 15, sitting on deck. He'll be catching for Jay Francis today. And hopefully we get a chance to get Kurt up into the batter's box. There's the pitch. Swung and a miss by Jay Francis. There's a lot of velocity coming from number 2s on the mound. Really bringing it right now. Has our Junior Varsity Rams a little offset right now as the third pitch of this at-bat comes. That's a little bit high. Now, I will tell you this right now, as far as accuracy is concerned, this young man is putting the ball very near the plate. So he's going to make it tough for that umpire to call a ball and strike. But we appreciate that one as the count goes to 1-2. And the pitch. Swung and hit on by Jay Francis. He pops one up to left field. Shortstop seems like he's going to make a play, and he's there to make the play, and we go down 1-2-3. All right, folks, once again, I cannot talk even more about how beautiful it is today and how it feels out here today. They said it was going to be a nice little chill in the air. I think a lot of people came prepared with their long sleeve shirts on, but they may have to come out come out of before the game's end. There's going to be a nice little cold front. They said it's supposed to be settling in, but as right now, we have beautiful weather for some fantastic baseball. So in the top of the inning, we go down 1-2-3, and Jay Francis will take them down as we go into the bottom of the first inning. As always, folks, we'd like to showcase our platinum sponsor being the lovely Shamitria Dixon from State Farm. When it comes to life, home, and auto, she is the lady for you. Our platinum level sponsor, Shamitria Dixon, and her State Farm agency have been pillars in the Newton High School community. Being a former Ram, Shamitria has continued to prove why investing back into your school and community is essential to the continued growth and prosperity within the Covington area. When approached with the opportunity to support the JV baseball program, she didn't think twice. Not only did she sponsor the team and the live broadcast, she showed how important it is to her, her family, and her business by becoming a platinum level sponsor. The baseball program and the entire Newton High School population say thank you for your unwavering support of all of our programs. All right, so the hard-throwing right-hander Jay Francis, number 7, takes the mound for our Newton Ram Junior varsity. As this is his first appearance here in the JV sector. He's pitched pretty good for our team in the past several years, so don't expect anything to be different. On first base, you got number 10, Gabriel White. You have number 2, Brian McLaurin playing second today. You got number 3, Jace Yearwood on shortstop, and Nick Johnson rounds out the infield at third base. Of course, once again, got number 15. The money man, Kurt, is behind the plate. In left field, we got Kay Briggs. In center, we have Cam Armstrong. And rounding it off in right field is Jay Gunn. Stepping up to the batter's box is number 1 for the Mary Pearson's junior varsity squad, as this is going to be number 7, Jay Francis's first pitch here at the JV level. And the pitch. Caught that inside corner for strike 1. High and inside. Takes the count to 1-1. Beautiful field here they have here at Mary Persons. Nice scoreboard out in five as the pitch is fouled off by number 1. And that'll take the count to 1-2. Always great to have the opportunity to showcase our boys as we come out in our white pinstripes here. Jay Francis tries to catch that outside corner, misses it a little bit, takes the count to 2-2. Looks like the mascot for Mary Persons is Bulldog, if I'm to be understood. I see Go Dogs in the outfield. And the pitch hit straight to center field. It goes, it was right to the center fielder, Cam Armstrong. It was hit him right in the glove, and he missed it. So that's going to let the runner cruise on into second base as the Mary Persons faithful go wild. So Jay Francis doing what he's supposed to do. Once again, hopefully this is not a sign to things to come, but hits it right to Cam Armstrong. He broke one way, broke back the other way. It seemed like he had it right there in his glove, but unfortunately unable to make the catch. All right, folks, so it looks like it's going to come down to that again. We're going to have to make some plays for our pitchers so we can be successful throughout the day, today's ball games. Plays that are right there for us. We have got to make the play. All right, so second batter up to the batter's box with the man on second here in the top of the first inning. Swung on and hit to the right field. Our right fielder scoops it up, throws it into the second baseman, Brian. Brian takes a look. Their runner moves to third base, and that's a single for their second batter of the day. All right, here. So far, Jay Francis got himself into a little bit of trouble as they have a runner in scoring position on third base and also a man who just hit that single to right field on first. Big, tall, strong kid here at the plate. He's batting in that third position for a reason. Let's see what Jay Francis can do as he backs off the mound. A fake attempt to first base. Have a man on third base, so have to be careful with that one. And here's the pitch. It's thrown high. Runner takes off. Oh, he throws it down there. Kirk throws it down there. And they're trying to tempt that runner to come home. He did not necessarily think Kirk was going to throw down there, so he stayed at third. But the man steals from first to second. The first pitch to this batter is a ball. Takes the count to 1-0 with a man on second and third in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch. Catches that outside corner, evens up the count at 1-1. They have construction going on to add to even a good-looking facility to add even more to make the whole ambiance of this area look great. So you'll hear that in the background as Jay Francis throws some heat right past the batter, takes the count to 1-2. So Jay Francis, understanding that he's in a little bit of trouble, has to do everything he can to pitch his way out of here with 0 outs here in the bottom of the first. Swinging a foul popped over to our dugout. The count will stay at 1-2. Once again, it's the first of a double hitter here today at Mary Persons High School. Swung on, hit past the third baseman, out to the left fielder. Our left fielder grabs the ball, throws it into the shortstop, and they put their first run on the board here in the bottom of the first. So each batter that's come up to the plate has ventured onto the base path. And that's going to give Mary Persons their first run of the day as they lead the contest 1-0. All right, so Jay Francis coming in a little bit behind the 8 ball here with no outs here in the bottom of the first. And they've ventured to the first 3 batters on the base, and we're up to the 4th batter. And we throw it high. It bounces off, so a really, really bouncy back net. So Kurt just had to turn around and field it off the net. Runner thought about it, but not too long as the ball bounced right back to Kurt. So looks like you're going to have a little help here from the backstop. Ball's not going to die. If it hits properly, it should bounce right back to the catcher. Swung up, a pitch in here. So that takes the count to 2-0 here. Man on first and second. Runner did steal the second, so I do apologize for that. Swung on and missed. Two balls, one strike. Low and outside. Batter tries to go down and get it. Unfortunately, it was a strike. So Jay Francis getting himself back into this count as the count goes even at 2-2. And the pitch. Throwing in the dirt, bounces off, and he's coming. It should be easy. Kurt took it easy because the ball bounced right back to him, but the runner, sensing his ability to think that he was not going to run because it seemed like an easy play, he steals home. So the runner goes to third, the runner goes home, and that adds another run to the score. And it takes the scoreboard to 2-0. Mary Persons is leading us with no outs here in the bottom of the first. Swung and a miss, and Jay Francis gets his first strikeout. And that'll be our first out of the inning. All right, so they do have a runner on third base. Part of the first 3 runners to get on base. We just struck out the next batter. And Jay Francis gets the next batter that comes up to the plate to swing at the first pitch and takes the count to 0-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. We trail on the scoreboard 2-0. And the pitch. Ooh, high and inside. And they're turning around. They're relaxing just way too much. That Oh, that's out. Ooh, it seemed like he came up short with his foot on the plate, but I'm gonna tell you right now, those are pretty easy plays, and we're not really paying a good attention. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to let Kurt know that even though it is a bouncy uh, backstop, for lack of a better term, we basically still have to get that ball and turn around because they're running. I mean, that's a tough one to do because the ball's not going too far away from the catcher, and we call timeout. Now, to be honest, folks, sitting from where I am and I'm to the right side of the plate, it looked like his foot came up short as he slid in, and we made the tag. But we could have made it a lot easier for ourselves had we hurried up. So I think we just need to let Kurt know that even though it is a bouncy backstop, he's still going to have to grab that ball and turn around because they're coming. They didn't even think twice on that one. That should have been an easy play, and they didn't think twice. They came down. The pitch is low and outside, takes the count to 1-1. I may have missed the ball in there, folks. I'm gonna change the count to 2-1. Umpire not. Ooh, outside corner takes the count to 2-2. So although we've given up 3 runs here in the first, we know our boys can fight back like they've done all season. As the ball goes low and outside, takes the count to 3-2. Umpire not doing a great job of letting everybody know what the count is, kind of keeping it to himself. I might have to talk to him about that between innings. As the runner takes the timeout. And the pitch. And he catches the low end of that plate. Yeah, it looked kind of low to me, but I'm glad the umpire called it our way, so we'll take it. And that'll take the outs to 2 here in the bottom of the first place. So there's a lot of grumbling here for the Mary Persons faithful, and they do have a right to believe that it was a little bit low. So I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I try to call it as it is. As the ball is popped straight up in the air, it should be the center fielder's ball all the way. Oh, my goodness. He misjudges it, and wow. That was tailor-made for Cam Armstrong out there. Not sure. The sun is behind him, so definitely not the sun in his face, but he truly misjudged that ball. And unfortunately, a routine out turns into a single for the batter. So they'll have a courtesy runner for the batter, who I believe was the pitcher, if I could see that number as he goes by. Pitcher or the catcher, one or two, I'm assuming, as they get a courtesy runner here in the bottom of the first inning. So there again, we have another opportunity to have a routine play, and we just flat out don't make the play. So in order to help our pitcher out, in order to get out of these innings, we're going to have to make those plays, folks. And I know we're at the junior varsity level, but some of these plays are just routine that we have to make. All right, so back to the batter. As there's a man on first base, we do have 2 outs. Oh, and the batter number 10 has to wear that one as Jay throws it inside and catches him on his shoulder, and that'll move the batters along. So now they have a batter on first and second here in the bottom of the first inning, as we seem to not make the routine play and causing ourselves a little bit of harm by giving up 3 runs here in the bottom of the first. And the pitch. And he catches that high inside corner. So if you put the ball a little bit inside and high, or even outside and high, looks like the umpire loves that type of pitch as he calls a ball in our favor for Jay Francis. And the pitch. Ooh, that one was right down the middle. So Jay Francis helps himself out, takes the count to 0-2 as he's well ahead of this batter. And that's a good thing because we do have 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Let's see if Jay Francis can go ahead and mow him down. On 3 pitches would be nice. And the pitch. Swung on and hit out to right field. Right fielder comes up and makes a nice relaxed throw. Unfortunately, the runners are still running. We're going to have to put some fire on our fielders and let them know that the ball's not going to just come to you. You have to make it happen. So got to get some speed out there to be able to deliver the ball. It was great that he made the stop, but it bounced in front of him, but he got to come up firing because the man that was on second is now home, and that increases their runs to 4-0 with a man on first and second. First pitch to the new batter is a ball. Ball's in the dirt. Kurt does a great job. Ball actually bounces back to Jay Francis. He's able to pick it up, and no runners are able to advance. So good stop by Kurt. If he let that one go by, I'm pretty sure the runners would have been able to advance. 2 outs here. The count is 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Nice pitch with some heat on it. Gets the batter to swing and miss, and it takes the count to 2-1. All right, folks, we've given up 4 runs, and I think that, at the least, at the most, it should have been maybe 1 or 2. We've made some errors. Ooh, now that ball like it caught the outside corner, like where the umpire's been calling, but unfortunately, he does not call that one a strike, and it takes the count to 3-1. Swung on, hit right back to the pitcher. Oh no, it bounces off his glove, goes down to the shortstop position. Nick's able to get the ball. Nick grabs the ball. So just some unfortunate errors that we're having here in the field. And that's going to load the bases up. As that should go down as an error. Man on first base. Kurt calls in the infield. And we just have to regroup right now because we've given up 4 uncharacteristic runs here in the first inning. And just off of just plays that we just have to make, folks. And these are definitely learning tools. And I'm quite sure that we'll go back, look at the videos, and find out, hey, that, we help ourselves out when we help our pitcher out by making plays in the field. So hopefully they had a great little conversation there on the mound, and we'll get back to playing baseball, but we definitely have to continue to try to make these routine plays, folks, because that's pretty much what has reared its ugly head here early in the bottom of the first inning. All right, so back to the next batter. Jay Francis goes back to work, throws one low and outside, takes the count to 1-0. Great stop by Kurt as he catches one high inside. It almost went to the backstop, and that'll take the count to 2-0. And the pitch, that's outside. Going to take the count 3-0. Nowhere else to put the ball but down the middle right now. It's going to cause another run to come in off of a walk. And the pitch. Right down the middle, popped up. Center fielder and the left fielder battling for it. Nobody's calling the other one off, but we're lucky to catch the center fielder. Folks, we have to basically call the ball. We got lucky there because both of them went after the ball, did not call each other off. But our center fielder, Cam Armstrong, is there to make the play. And we finally get out of the inning, folks. All right, we have number 15, Kurt Campbell, our catcher, coming up to bat right now. And in the hole is number 10, Gabriel White, batting 5th today. They had a 1-2-3 inning last inning, and we hope we can change that around as we are trailing on the scoreboard 4-0 going into the top of the second inning. Once again, beautiful, beautiful day out here in Forsyth County, Georgia. We are south of Atlanta and are pretty close to Macon as Kurt takes a big cut and swings and misses, and that'll take the count to 0-1. So far, their pitcher is rocking and rolling. He does have some great velocity on his pitches, changing them up a little bit. Let's see if we can solve the riddle. Kurt swings. Look like he's a little bit early. He took something off of that. Could have been a changeup. And Kurt swings and misses, takes the count to 0-2. So the lefty on the mound, throwing some heat with some different type of pitches mixed in. He comes in there and catches that outside corner. So with 3 pitches, he gets Kurt out, and that'll bring Gabriel White up to the bat. So with 1 down here in the top of the second inning, we have not been able to solve the riddle when it comes to the left-handed pitcher, as number 10, who's been swinging the bat pretty good all season, Gabriel White, steps into the batter's box. We used to play out there in Bull Park every Saturday. Outside corner, low and outside, and the count goes to 0-1. So Gabe watches that outside corner. He's liked those pitches all season long. Let's see if he throws another one. He's able to catch it. And the pitch. Swung and a miss. So far, number 2 has our batters confused as the count goes to 0-2. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And he's mowing us down right now, folks. That lefty is bringing that heat right now. And the count, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. We have not been able to catch up to this kid as he is bringing the heat today. All right, Nick Johnson steps into the batter's box to see if he can solve the mystery of the left-hand pitcher. Swung on and fouled off, so that's a good sign. Nick was able to get a foul ball in there. So he was able to catch up to it. And that takes the count to 0-1 here in the top of the second inning. And the pitch. Woo! He changed it up, had Nick frozen there in the batter's box, and that's going to take the count to 0-2. So from all the pitches I've seen thus far, this lefty right here has a variety of different pitches, and he's confusing us up until this point. Catches the outside corner. Ooh, that looked good. It actually knocked the catcher's mitt off, but the pitcher doesn't get that call, and that'll take the count to 1-2. The sun is shining, and this kid is blazing. Swung and missed, and 1, 2, 3 again. He knocks our junior varsity Rams out here in the top of the second, and we'll move to the bottom of the second as we have yet to figure out the riddle of the left-handed pitcher. Being one of the first sponsors to come on board, the Lit Deli is once again right down the street from One Ram Way. They have an assortment of delicious foods from wings to fish and so much more. This business is right in our backyard, and you need to absolutely go by and try some of their menu items. Just being named Lit should tell you that they are bringing that fire. All right, folks, as we've been unable to solve the mystery of the left-handed pitcher today, he's gone 3 up, 3 down in 2 consecutive innings, and they'll get back up as they swung the bat with regularity. Unfortunately, we had routine outs that maybe could have given up 2 at the most, but as we stand now, we're down on the scoreboard 4-0 here in the bottom of the second. Once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in on Facebook as well as YouTube. We are broadcasting live simultaneously, and we want to make sure that there's every option out there for you to be able to watch the broadcast. Once again, tell as many people as you can, like the page, and follow so that we can increase our viewership and make this a pleasant broadcast for everybody to watch. All right, folks, so we in the bottom of the second inning. Number 1 steps up. Looks like they may have already come back around to the top of the order, and Jay Francis goes back to work. Ball is low, way outside, actually behind the runner, and that'll take the count to 1-0. And the pitch from Jay Francis. Low and inside, so he's painting the balls inside. So far with this batter, takes the count to 2-0. Beautiful weather for baseball, folks, as the sun is beaming, no clouds in the air. The breeze has stepped away, and we get a hit to right field. The fielder is out there, and he makes the catch. So great job. That's one of those plays right there that are routine plays. Right fielder didn't have to go anywhere. The runner popped it out to right field, and our right fielder was able to make the play. Hey, I need that back. Sorry, folks, that was Jay Gwynn out there in right field who make the play, and definitely want to give him his credit for that. Number 34, Jalen Gwynn. And Jay Francis has already thrown 2 pitches to this batter, and I want to say it is 1-1. All right, so we're back at the live plate. Count was outside. Kurt was real surprised. He thought that one may have caught that corner, but umpire didn't think so, and that'll take the count to 2-1. That's low as well. Increases the count to 3-1. So Jay Francis getting himself a little bit behind in the count, but it was definitely a beautiful thing to see us make a routine play. And Jay Gwynn out there in right field was able to make that play on the last out. So 3 straight low balls, low and outside, and the runner will get a pass as he will trot down to first base on a walk. All right, folks. So 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. They did obtain a runner on first base. And Jay Francis turns over there, pump fakes, does not make a throw, and gets the batter as he scurries back to first base. And the pitch right down the middle as the batter watches it go past. Takes the count to 0-1. And the pitch. It catches that low outside corner. And like I mentioned before, I think that's what the umpire likes. There seems to be a trend here where he wants the ball pitched today as the count goes to 0-2 with a man on first base here in the bottom of the second inning. And the pitch swung on and hit to left field. He hits a shot out to left field. Our left fielder is all over the place. Did not really have a clue where that ball was going, but he's able to retrieve it, get it thrown into Jace at shortstop. But their hitter will get a double out of that as he moves the runner on first all the way around to third. So nice solid hit. The pathway of the ball, the left fielder didn't catch a read off the bat and was pretty much went in the wrong direction, but was able to recoup the ball and get it in before we gave up a run. Ball is high. So one out. They have the runners on second and third already in scoring position. Swung on and hit again to right field. Our right fielder is making it. He's sitting right there. He makes the catch again. Jay Gwynn gets the ball, throws it all the way in. He's trying to go home, and Jay Francis cuts it off, but that's after a tag up in the score by Mary Persons as the batter does what he needs to do to get an RBI. But great work by Jay Gwynn out in the right field. He makes the routine play, which is always a beautiful thing to see. And that'll take us to 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, and they still have a man on third base. First pitch is a strike. So the count is 0-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Jay Gwynn able to make 2 outs, routine outs, and that is definitely pleasant to be able to see us make routine plays. The runners on second and third. The third base runner touched up and scored. Gave the runner an RBI, but we'll take that out all day long. Low and inside. Takes the count to 2-1. They have played at 1 here in the bottom of the second, increases their score to 5, and we trail 5-0. High and inside, batter looks at it go past, and now the count is 3-1 as Jay Francis gets himself in a little bit of trouble here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss by the batter as Jay Francis puts it right on the outside corner, takes the count full at 3-2. Jay Francis can really help himself with this pitch right here if we can get out of the inning with only giving up run 1. Batter swings and fouls it back. Count stays full at 3-2. They've played at 1 here, increased their score to 5, and we can do ourselves a lot of good by mowing this batter down. And the pitch. Swung on, catches that outside corner, and Jay Francis does just that and gets us out of the inning, folks. So some good things in that inning. Jay Francis doing a good job on the mound. And just to see Jay Gwynn out there in right field make the routine play and makes 2 catches for 2 outs. And that's how we'll end it going into the top of the third. So, folks, our Junior Varsity Rams trail this contest 5-0.
Downstairs, go ahead and get your money out. We got hot food. Come to the concession stand. Get your hot dogs, get your hamburgers, French fries, cheese fries, whatever you like. Come on down. If you don't have cash, we got a Venmo. We'll take first child if they can clean toilets. So come on down.
So a very amusing PA announcer here at Mary Persons as he's inviting the folks in attendance, as it's a pretty good crowd here for a 11 o'clock game, this is the first of a doubleheader today. And once again, the doubleheaders go as such: 2 games, one starting at 11, the other one starting at 1:30. Both games should be played with 5 innings apiece instead of the usual 7 innings. All right, so right now, Mary Pierce is doing a great job at the mound and at the plate, putting 5 runs on the board, and their pitcher has 3 up and 3 down for the last 2 innings. So we'll move on into the third inning, the top of the third inning, as our boys has their work cut out for them, but they got to solve this pitch in order to get some runs or get some batters on base. When you step out into the community, you are bound to see old friends. The Clay Mart, ran by Johnny and Clay, have a store where you can find any and everything imaginable needed to be productive in your day-to-day activities. I was amazed with some of the things that I saw that I wouldn't know where to buy them otherwise. You have to stop by the Clay Mart just to find something you thought you were not even looking for. Great people running this establishment that's only a rock throw away from One Ram Way. Go by and see those great folks at the Clay Mart in the Crowell Shopping Center. All right, so we have number 2, Brian McLaren, coming up to try to see if he can solve this left-hand blazer. They have a young man on the mound that's throwing some fire here today, and our batters have yet to solve the mystery of the left-hand fire thrower. And number 2, Brian McLaren, will step into the box to see if he can take his jab at putting the ball in play. Once again, it's the top of the 3rd inning. We trail this contest 5-0. Ball is high and outside to Brian as he watches it go by. Once again, folks, I cannot tell you how great it is to be able to sit out here, watch a game, call a game in the beautiful sun with very limited clouds. There's a couple clouds have come near, but they're still not blocking the sun as the fast left-hander continues to find his mark as he throws one inside, and Brian watches it go by to take the count to 1-1. But the weather is beautiful. I'll dress warm today just in case, of course. But so far, so good. Brian takes a big cut, unable to catch up with it as his count goes to 1-2. We have number 34, Jalen Gunn, on deck. He's our right fielder who's made the last 2 routine plays out there at right field. So maybe he has the mystery solved. We'll find out shortly. Man, this pitcher is rocking and firing as he catches one on the outside. Brian looks at it go by, and that'll be our first out here in the top of the 3rd inning. So number 34, Jalen Gwynn, steps into the batter's box, and we have number 6, Kenneth Briggs, on deck. Left-hander goes back to work. Swing and a miss by Jalen Gunn. As right now, this kid has it going. He really has it going right now, folks. It is a thing of beauty to see him pitch this ball. Me being a left-hander, that's kind of why I'm giving him a lot of props, so don't hate me. He catches the inside corner as well as Jalen Gunn watches it goes by, and that'll take the count to 0-2. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, catches the outside corner. Our batter swings and doesn't go out without swinging, but that'll take him up right now. He is 8 up and 8 down. So when I say he has it going on right now, folks, he has it going on. We have some really good batters, as you guys have known if you've been following the broadcast. So to see him mow our big boys down like this is real surprising. But so far, he has it going on here in the top of the 3rd inning. So number 6, Kenneth Briggs, steps into the batter's box, seeing if he can be the next in the puzzle-solving mystery as the pitcher throws one high and inside. So they have 2 outs. We just trying to get a ball put in play and get a base runner to try to change the momentum of this game. Right now, in definite favor of Mary Persons as the lefty throws another blazer on the inside corner as our batter, Mr. Kenneth Briggs, watches it go by. Evens the count here at 1-1 in the top of the 3rd inning. I mean, this kid is really painting those corners. Outside corner, Mr. Briggs watches it goes by, and that takes the count to 1-2. And he catches him with that outside corner as Kenneth Briggs watches it go by. And, folks, we are watching a gem being pitched today here by the Mary Persons Junior Varsity pitcher. And that'll take us to the bottom of the 3rd as our batters are yet to figure out this phenomenal young pitcher who Mary Persons has put out here in game 1 of our doubleheader. Folks, when the need to ship and move items hits your daily grind, you need to go see Mark and his crew at the Mailbox Plus in the Kroger Shopping Center on Salem Road. If you are big on customer service, his team will handle all of your needs lickety-split. Folks, firsthand, I can tell you, Mailbox Plus is an absolutely phenomenal establishment. I've had some work that needed to be done. Mark didn't like necessarily what I sent over and said, let me lend you some help took care of it, put together the project that I needed to have done, and I have been over the moon with what the type of product that Mark was able to create. So if you need anything, whether it's shipping, scanning, copy, go over and see Mark at Mailbox Plus. Not only is Mark a gem, but he has a phenomenal team working with him as well. So, folks, he has invested into our program. Do us all a favor and go over there and see Mark at Mailbox Plus. All right, folks, as we mosey into the bottom of the third inning, we trail on the scoreboard 5-0 here at Mary Purses. It's the first of two games on a double hitter today. Sun is out shining. We've had a couple of errors in the first two innings that basically put us behind the eight ball here in this game. Momentum definitely in favor of Mary Purses as they have a left-hander Blazer on the mound that has painted the corners of that plate, and he's gone 3 up, 3 down. Jay Francis on the mound for our junior varsity Rams, doing a good job. Hits a fly ball out to left field. The left fielder is running, and he's not able to track it down. Yet again, he gets the ball, tosses it into the shortstop, but the batter smashes one to left field, and he'll get a double here as the first batter of the inning. So they keep hitting it out there further. We're playing short for some reason, and they're going to have to let him know the left fielder is going to have to stay back because they're hitting it over his head and making him run, and not characteristically getting a eye on the ball off the bat, but able to stop the ball before the batter gets any more than a double play. So they start the at bat off with a nice hit to left field, and they get a double. But Jay Francis comes right back with a fastball strike down the middle, and the count goes to 0-1. Another pitch. Gets away from Kurt, but he's able to turn around before the runner advances, and that'll take the count to 0-2. So once again, like I said, Jay Francis is not doing a bad job on the mound. It's just that we've made some uncharacteristic errors in the outfield. Great stop there by Kurt. As if he lets that one get by, the runner is sure to boogie on down to third base, but great job by Kurt Campbell as he makes a stop. Take the count to 1-2 here in the bottom of the third inning. Throws around. Oh, boy, nobody there. Great stop there by Jays as the ball went low and in the ground, but he was able to scoop it up and keep the ball from drifting into the outfield. Runner was able to get back. And back to the batter where we go 1-2 here, once again in the bottom of the third. Swing on and miss. So Jay Francis gets his first strikeout of the inning, and that'll be our first out of the inning as well, as we have one out now here in the bottom of the third inning. They have a man on second base as all the momentum is in their direction as they lead 5-0. Nice pitch by Jay Francis as he catches that high and outside corner, folks. I'm sorry. And it takes the count early here at 0-1. And the pitch. Swung on and popped straight up in the air. It's between the pitcher and the third baseman. Jay Francis helps himself out, catches the ball, turns and spins. No one's at second base, and he'll get the second out of the inning. So Jay Francis gets the runner to pop out, and that'll be the second out for the inning. Jay Francis helps himself out as he was able to call Nick off. So far, not a bad inning. 3 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Swung on and hit down third base line. Nick takes a dive for it, but it goes foul. Nice cut there by the Mary Purses batter. Nick made a gallant effort to try to snag it before it went out of play, but lucky for us, it did go foul. Shooting from a different angle today, folks. Kind of want to get more of the batter. Didn't want to cut that third base off, so you may not have seen Nick full extension on the play, but believe me, he laid out to try to see if he could make a play. 2 outs here. Nice pitch by Nick. The ball gets past Kurt. He tries to get it back, but the runner is going to advance to third base. But the count goes to 0-2. So sitting pretty good here for Jay Francis as he can get us and himself out of this inning with one more strike. And the pitch. Swung on and hit out to left field, left center. Oh, that's trouble, folks. That's right between the center fielder and the left fielder as the runner had an 0-2 count but socked one right into left center. And he'll get an RBI on that one and make it down to second base. And that's a double for that young man as they can increase the score to 6-0. So Jay Francis was looking good until that last pitch where that runner, that batter was able to sock one into left center into no man's land. And center fielder was able to make the follow up with the ball and slow it down to just being a double. All right, in the bottom of the third, man on second base. He's kind of jumping around out there. Jay Francis not paying him a whole lot of attention. And the pitch, outside corner, does not catch the plate, and that'll take the count to 2-0. And the pitch, low and outside. Great stop by Kirk Campbell. Takes the count to 3-0. So Jay Francis has gotten himself into a little bit of trouble here. Behind on the count, 3-0, with a man on second base. And the pitch, taken by the batter, which has been taken. Wants to make Jay Francis throw a strike after throwing 3 straight balls. Brings the count to 3-1. And the pitch. Swung on and popped up to the center fielder. Should be a routine play by Cam Armstrong as he comes in, goes back a little bit, makes the catch, and we get out the inning, folks. So not a bad inning. We do give up run across the plate, but made some routine plays, and we get out of the inning, headed into the top of the fourth inning. So great job there by Cam Armstrong as he secures the out. All right, folks, as we venture off into the top of the fourth inning, we trail on the scoreboard 6-0 here. Not a bad inning for the last inning as we're starting to make some of those routine plays that we've been talking about all game. But now we still have to figure out the left-handed fire thrower that Mary Persons has on the mound today. As he's gone 9 up, 9 down. And we're back to the top of the batter's order with Cam Armstrong in the batter's box. Swung and missed on a high fastball. So not only is he throwing heat, but he's changing them up to keep our batters off. And the pitch. inside pitch, and I'm talking about when I say a batter is or a pitcher is painting those corners. This young man is really throwing the ball well. Takes the count to 0-2 here in the top of the fourth inning. Swung on and misses. That one fell off the table right there. So Cam didn't have a chance on that one. As that pitch came in, he thought it was going to be a fastball, and it dropped off the table, and thus a strikeout. All right, so Jace Yearwood is going to be our next opportunity to try to see if we can solve the left-hander fire thrower as we trail this contest 6-0. 9 up, 9 down, 10 up, 10 down so far here in the top of the fourth. Low and outside. This the first of a double hitter today at Mary Persons here in Forsyth County as Jace pops a foul ball over our dugout. Brings the count even at 1-1. All right, so the count 21 here on Jace. The pitch. Swung on and popped out to left field. Left fielder comes up, tries to make a play. He dives. It bounces off the ground. He scoops it up, and we get our first base runner. So Jace Yearwood, the first one to get on base, as he's finally able to solve this left-hand fire thrower. Great play out there by the left fielder. So our pitcher, Jay Francis, comes up to the plate with our first base runner, Jace Yearwood, on first base. Ball is high. All right, so pitcher throws over just to keep Jace attached to that base. But finally have something to cheer about here, folks, as Mr. Yearwood gets on first base, looks at the pitch, the ball is low. That'll take the count to 2-0. So hopefully we can shake it up a little bit. Rattle the young left-handed fire thrower as he continues to throw some outstanding pitches today. Looks over at Jace, fires the pitch, low and outside, gets Jay Francis to go wildly swinging, and that's going to make the count 2-1. So when it comes to command, folks, this young pitcher right here has really shown that he can put the ball wherever he wants it to go. He's inside, he's outside, he's low, he's high. But one thing he's doing is he's painting those corners. Swung on by Jay Francis, popped up high down the first base line, but looks like it's going to go foul. And that's going to take the count to 2-2. So Jay Francis is able to catch up with that last pitch, but he sends it foul over our dugout. Takes a look at Jace over first, delivers the pitch. Swung on by Jay Francis, popped up to right field. Right fielder takes his normal steps back, fires it over, makes the catch, the routine catch out in right field, fires it over to first base, and that's one down. So Jay Francis is able to catch up with the pitch, socks one out to right field, but the right fielder makes the routine catch, and that's our first out of the inning. Actually, that's our second out of the inning. I'm sorry, our first batter got out on strikes. Number 15, Kirk Campbell's in the batter's box, and he fouls off the first pitch. Number 10, Gabriel White sits on deck. So hopefully we can get Kurt on and get some movement here on the base paths. The pitch in the dirt, great stop by the catcher. Pitcher's putting it right there. Catcher hasn't had to do a lot of work today as the pitcher is painting those corners and making it a very catchable ball for the catcher. Count goes to 1-1 here. Oh, that changeup. I can see it coming off his fingers. This kid is pretty awesome when it comes to pitching. I'm going to tell you that right now. He has a variety of pitches as he gets Kurt to swing, which takes the count to 1-2. Outside pitch makes the count even here at 2-2 here in the top of the fourth inning. Counts 2-2. Jay still stuck on first base. Hasn't had any movement going to second. Swung on by Kurt. Hit down to the shortstop. Shortstop grabs the ball, picks it up, fires it over to first base, throws it in the ground, and it goes dead. Jay sees an opportunity. Boogie's on down to third base. He makes it there safe and sound. And so we got a little movement here on the bases, folks. As Kurt hits one, the shortstop's able to leg it out. Shortstop threw one in the dirt. First baseman unable to snatched up before Kurt made it to first base, and we have a little motion on the bases right now. So Kurt takes advantage of the opportunity. Change out here on first base. We have a pinch runner as Kurt is catching for us, so we're going to give him a break. Number 10, Gabriel White steps up to the plate. A lot of food out there. Got a man in scoring position on third base and another runner on first base. So let's see see if Gabriel White can help get some motion here on the scoreboard if we can get one in. Having two outs here. Ball is outside. So low and outside is the first pitch here as we are in the top of the fourth inning with two outs. Man on first and third. And the pitch. That's low and inside, but he is catching that corner. He is definitely catching that corner. So once again, this pitcher's in full command of his arsenal as the count goes even at 1-1. And the pitch. Swung on and popped up high off into the sun. Shortstop, second base. Second base comes over there, makes the routine catch, and they get out of the inning. So, little action, little movement here on the bases for us as we get two runners on. Gabe pops up in the top of the fourth. They make the catch, and they're out of the inning, and that leads us to the middle of the fourth inning.
As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning here, folks, we got a ball game of 0-6. The Bulldogs are on top, so go ahead and get on up, get you some popcorn, some peanuts, some crackers.
Mom got any songs or anything? She does? Okay, thank you. Whatever. Powerade, whatever they got to drink. Matter of fact, give me a Coke if they got it. That's crazy. A Coke. Yeah. Thank you. All right, folks, as we mosey on down to the bottom of the fourth inning, once again, this is the first game of a double hitter. And like I mentioned to you before, when you have a double hitter being played, the innings, the distance of the game is 5 innings at this level, on the junior varsity level. So 5 innings, and this is the second to the last inning. And we got to play some defense here to give ourselves a shot here at coming back into this game. All right, folks, once again, we trail on the scoreboard on a score of 6-0 here. Their pitcher had it working. We did get some movement there finally. Great pitch by Jay Francis. Looked like he caught that inside corner, but to no avail, and it takes the count to 1-0. But once again, we had some movement there in the top of the fourth inning. Man on first and third, we popped out to right field. Actually caught by the second baseman, and that'll bring them. All right, so it's 2 balls, no strikes here in the bottom of the fourth. Swung on and missed by the batter. Looked like it was maybe a tip foul into the glove. But that'll take the count to 2-1. Such a beautiful day. A little small breeze, but I'll take that all day, every day over the cold. As Jay Francis brings some heat and puts one right past the batter as he swings and takes a strike, evens it up the count at 2-2. All right, so Jay Francis looking good right now. 2 straight fastballs, gets the batter to swing and miss as the count is even here at 2-2. And the pitch. Swung on and miss, and Jay Francis with 3 straight strikes gets the batter to swing and miss. And that'll give us our first out here of the inning as we are in the bottom of the 4th. Jay Francis goes back to work throwing the first big high and inside. Did not catch the corner, so that'll take the count to 1-0. Batter calls times out, backs out the batter's box. And the pitch. Right down the middle, catches that high corner and evens the count at 1-1. Once again, thank you folks for tuning into the live broadcast. We're broadcasting live on YouTube as well as Facebook. Please tell all your friends we're out here as Jay Francis throws another fastball. So looks like Jay Francis has found another gear here in the bottom of the 4th inning as the fastballs are going right past the batters, and that takes the count to 1-2. Throws one low into the dirt, evens the count at 2-2. And the pitch. Inside and low, almost hits the batter. He jumps out the way. That's going to take the count full at 3-2. Once again, like I mentioned, tell all your friends and family that we're broadcasting live on YouTube as well as Facebook. The more people we get, the better we are to support the stream and give our players, after Jay Francis throws another blazer by the batter, and that'll give us 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. So far, Jay Francis is doing exactly what we needed him to do, and that was basically control this side, not give up any runs, don't let anybody get on base, and give us a chance to get up to bat one more time to see if we can put a dent in a 6-0 lead. High and inside, batter watches it go by, takes the count to 1-0. Once again, folks, this is the first game of the double hitter today out here at Mary Patterson's. We're in Forsyth County, south side of Atlanta, far away from Atlanta, but not too far from One Ram Way. Took us about 45 to 50 minutes to get here, so not too bad on the back roads. But definitely well worth the time to come out and see our junior varsity team play a baseball game and enjoy it all together. Ball is low and outside for Jay Francis. Takes the count to 2-0. All right, so Jay Francis is doing pretty good here in the bottom of the 4th inning as he's already have 2 mowed down, trying to get the 3rd. Batter takes a cut at the ball, fouls it back to the backstop, and that'll take the count to 2-1. Looks like it's 2-2. I'm sorry, folks. I may have turned my head and missed one, so the count is 2-2. And Jay Francis trying to finish them off. Hit the shortstop. Oh, Jace comes up, fires it in the hole, and it's caught, and he got him out. So Jace catches one deep in the hole, fires it across to Gabriel White. He stops it off of 1 bounce, and we get out of the inning. So excellent play there by our shortstop, Jace Yearwood, as he catches it deep in the hole, turns and fires it to Gabriel White. Gabriel able to catch it off of 1 bounce and get us out of the inning. So as we head to the top of the 5th inning, we really got to make something happen here, folks, to try to crack that scoreboard, because right now we're in the hole 6-0 going into the top of the 5th. So after the break, we'll have Nick Johnson in the batter's box, followed by number 2, Brian McLaren, who will be on deck. If you're like me, when I drive down Salem Road leaving Newton, I look to the right and there's a nicely built building with great parking. I say to myself, what type of service do they offer? To my surprise, it's a health and wellness establishment here to heal and maintain our well-being. The inside of this establishment makes you say, I should have stopped by here a long time ago. The team at the Spa at Covington is there to serve all of your health and wellness needs. So when it comes to maintaining your health, you want to head over to the Spa at Covington off of Salem Road. All right, folks, as we make our way to the top of the 5th inning, there's a pitching change here by the Mary Persons Junior Varsity squad as they bring in number 4, who is a right-hander. So after 4 innings of solid pitching, and when I mean solid, I mean great pitching by the Mary Persons pitcher, left-handed gunslinger, they make a change, and so hopefully we can try to figure this young man out to try to get some points on the board as we trail in this contest 6-0. Folks, it should be the last inning of this game, which we are playing a doubleheader. The ball's coming inside, catching the inside corner. Nick bows out a little bit, but the umpire calls it a strike. And the pitch. That's a little bit high and inside. Nick ducks underneath that, evens the count up at 1-1. So a great inning here for us at the bottom of 5th as Jay Francis does a great job with the pitch. Nick takes a swing and cut and unable to make contact, and that puts him behind in the count at 1-2. But once again, great inning for Jay Francis. The last inning, high, and the pitcher blows one by Nick, and that'll give us our first out here in the top of the 5th inning. Number 2, Brian McLaren was on deck. He'll step into the batter's box. Let's try to get something to happen here, which may be our last opportunity in this particular game as we trail the score on the scoreboard with a count of 6-0. All right, number 2, Brian McLaren, right-hander, playing third base for us today. And the pitch. Brian looked like he was about to swing at that one, but the pitcher was able to catch that inside corner, and that'll take the count to 0-1. And the pitcher. Ooh, Brian takes a cut at it, fouls it off, and that'll take the count to 0-2. So having a beautiful day here. The wind starts to pick up just a tad. That'll help bring that cold front in that we don't want, as I see several clouds trying to make their way in. If they can just hold off for after the second game, I'd be extremely happy with that. But once again, still a beautiful day right now for baseball compared to what we've dealt with. And, of course, you're going to experience all that different type of weather at the early part of the season. But right now, Brian trying to stay live behind in the count 0-2. And that one's on the outside. Brian takes the outside ball. That takes our count to 1-2. And the pitch. Ooh, that's high. Ooh, Brian ducks under that. That pitch was, I don't know if it was the wind or if it was the type of pitch that the pitcher threw, but that had a nice little curve on it. Brian ducked, almost had to duck and fall on the ground to get underneath that pitch, and it goes to 2-2. Oh, Brian fouls one off that was in the dirt. Not sure if that would have been a strike or not, but Brian made sure that he has an opportunity to still battle. And he still gets the chance to swing his bat here as the count stays even at 2-2. And that's high and outside. Nope, that's 3-2. Brian got a little ahead of himself there. He was ready to boogie on down first base, but that takes the count to full at 3-2. And the pitch swung on and missed. So batter sits Brian down here in the top of the fifth, and that'll give us 2 down here in the top of the fifth inning. So we have number 34, Jalen Gunn, stepping into the batter's box. And he's our last chance here in this particular game to get a base runner and a score on the board. First pitch is high and inside. Takes the count to 1-0. That ball is low and outside. Takes the count even at 1-1. All right, folks. Top of the fifth inning. Score is 6-0. They lead. Pitcher catches that inside corner. So both pitchers so far can paint the corners. Has our batters a little confused on strikes and balls, and that'll take the count to 1-2. Oh, gets the batter to swing. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm a little ahead of myself. That takes the count to 1-2. Oh, 2-2. So I must have counted a ball or strike. So takes the count to 2-2. Swung on and missed. Runner pulls himself out there, and that will get them out of the inning, as that looks to be that should be the end of the game. I don't notice if we're lining up to shake hands, but that should be the end of the game. All right, folks, so they are lining up to shake hands, and we go down. So just like I mentioned before, 5 innings and a double hitter. The first game we go down. Doesn't look like they're going to shake hands. They're going to call this one a wrap. And that was a pretty fast game, folks, as the clock says 12:16. So in a 5-inning game, we started the game at 11 o'clock. So an hour and 16 minutes later, the game is over. And we are on the short end of the scoreboard as we take the first loss of the double hitter, 6-0 to the Mary Persons Junior Varsity. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We do have a double hitter coming up next. The game is supposed to start at 1:30. Not quite sure if they're going to try to start it earlier or not. Hopefully not, because you got people traveling in. But that would mean that we'd sit around for at least an hour. We'll be back with you live as soon as the game comes on, and hopefully it'll give you enough time to sit back in your chair and watch another exciting junior varsity game. So with that being said, once again on the scoreboard, we take the loss 6-0 to Mary Persons JV, as we are live from Forsyth County in Forsyth, Georgia, which is south of the Atlanta area.
Well, after 5 innings, looks like the Bulldogs are going to come out on top.
And we'll see you on the next game. Stay tuned.
Bulldogs 0 for Newton. So during this intermission, get on up out of your seat, get your legs moving, go up to the concession stand, or if you parked in the parking lot, make sure you don't have a cracked window from any of the foul balls. So